Good morning. So last class, we have discussed about this big Indian and little Indian assignments. Now, memory location, addresses, and operations. Till now, you already got that what is the importance of memory location plays in the case of process execution. Yes. So we have different word mean size like 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit. So words are said to be aligned in memory if they begin at a byte address that is multiple of the number of bytes in a word. Look at this: 0, 2, 5. Oh, sorry, 4. So first one is 0, second one is 2, third one is 4. The next one will be what? इसके बाद क्या होगा?
Sir, 6.
6. Good. So on what basis we are taking this? Can you tell me? Can anybody tell me that on what basis this becomes 6? How this is 0, 2, 4, 6?
Sir, n plus 2.
हाँ, but टू ही क्यों लिया मैंने? हमने 2 क्यों लिया? Why we have taken 2? What is the reason behind this 2? Means, see, you can easily see that if this is 0, this is 2. Means 0 plus 2, right? And this is 4. That is 0 plus 2. Yes or no? You can see my screen, ना?
Yes, sir.
Plus 2. ठीक है, आपने जैसे बोला ये 6 हुआ. Next 8 होंगे. This is also plus 2. My question is that why this is 2? Why we are taking 2 here? 2 क्यों ले रहे हैं हम यहाँ? I'm asking this question to each of you. Just any question. देखो, घबराने की कोई बात नहीं है. जो भी आपको समझ में आ रहा है, you can tell, you can speak. Just try why this is true. As like Krishna said that this is n plus 2, but मेरा question है ये 2 ही क्यों ले रहे हैं? Any idea? Okay, you want me to tell?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. So here you can see that this is 16-bit word, है ना? 16-bit word हमने consider किया है, ठीक है? So 16 bits divided by 8. You know 8 bits is 1 byte. 8 bits means what? 1 byte. You know this, all these things we discuss, right? So 16 bit में कितना byte होगा? This will be 2.
Sir, 2 bytes.
Very good. So what I have just said is that words to be aligned in memory if they begin at a byte address means that should be a multiple of the number of bytes in a word. So एक word में कितना bytes है? In one word we have 2 bytes. So the first address आपका 0 है, तो next address क्या होगा? Plus 2. If it is 2, then the next address will be 2 plus 2, 4. Got it? So that is the concept behind this plus 2. Everybody got this? Mujibala Sobe?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Similarly, you consider this 32 bits. 32 डिवाइडेड बाय 8, क्योंकि बिट्स को मैं पहले कौन सी डिवाइड कन्वर्ट कर रहा हूँ, कन्वर्ट आई एम कन्वर्टिंग बिट्स इनटू बाइट. सो हाउ मेनी बाइट्स? 4.
Sir, 4 bytes.
तो 0 स्टार्ट हो रहा है, तो उसके बाद क्या होगा 4, उसके बाद क्या होगा आपका 8, लाइक दैट, राइट. 0, 4, 8, like that. Similarly, 64 bits. How many bytes?
Sir, 8 bytes.
So 0, 8, 16. The next one will be
Sir, 32.
or 24.
Sir, 24.
Okay, good. 16 plus 8 is 24. Good. So in that way, we have to find out the word addresses. Okay. Although this seems that this is small, but the numerical started with this basic concept. Numerical में आपको इसी type से थोड़ा सा confusing करके आपको questions दे सकते हैं. ठीक है. पर I hope now you can do this. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. So we have different operations like load operation, store operation. Load means either read or fetch. During that we are doing load, means how actually or what things are going on behind this operation is that copy the content. The memory content does not change. Then address means load, where to load. Now there we will use register. Okay, we have discussed about the register, the different types of register. So in that way, the load operations will be carried out. Copy the content, the memory contents does not change, and you need to load at that particular address, and for that you are going to use register. That is the load operations. Okay, you usually do that for reach and fetch. Then store. ठीक है. Store means write operation. Write operation देखो, read और fetch कर रहे हैं तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, load operation perform कर रहे हैं, और store कर रहे हैं तो हम क्या operation perform कर रहे हैं, write. तो write means already there is something, you assume already there is something in that content, means in that memory location. Now you need to override the content in the memory. Address and data will be needed, क्योंकि data भी सही है जो आप यहाँ push करोगे, और address जिस जगह पे आप push कर रहे हो मतलब store कर रहे हो. So again we will use what, register. Whenever the term memory is there, we are using register. So these are our load and store operation. The question may be coming like fetch operations. Okay, for fetch, what we gonna use, load or store? So answer should be, answer will be what for fetch, what we are gonna use,
Sir,
load.
registers.
Yeah, we are going to use register for the memory, but exactly which operations you will find that load. दो ही बात कर रहे हैं हम, either load or store. Load में क्या, किस किस केस में लोड हो रहा है आपका, read or fetch. In which cases this load is being means done for read and fetch, and for which cases we are doing the store, that is for write. Okay, instruction and instruction sequencing. Mass perform operation. The data transfers between the memory and the processor registers, arithmetic and logic operations on the data, then program sequencing and control, and then input output transfers. Now you will see that I am using the term must perform operations. Must perform का मतलब ये है, ये सारे operations आपको करना ही है. So why they are important? Can anybody guess that? देखो, अलग ऑपरेशन पर के बारे में तो मैं बोल नहीं रहा हूँ. Whatever the operations I am mentioning here, we have already gone through them, right? Yes or no? Like data transfer between the memory and the processor register. Obviously, whenever you are performing either load and read operations, the data transfer is going on or not. data transfer is done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then similarly, suppose you are going to perform some operations, either suppose comparison, that is logical based, or some arithmetic, like you want to add, or you want to subtract, or you want to multiply, or you want to say divide. Okay, for these things, you have to go on through some arithmetic and logic operations on that data which being carried out through data transfer. Then we need to sequence the means we need to sequence the instruction कि किसके बाद कौन सा ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म करना है. डाटा ट्रांसफर हुआ नहीं और आप डायरेक्ट ये जो अरिथमेटिक ऑपरेशन है परफॉर्म करने लग गए. That is not allowed. First, we should have the data, or we should have the operands on which those operators will be means applied. Yes or no? So that's why program sequencing and control should be done. Then input output transfer is very important. Input and then output. So that's why these operations are mandatory for any type of means not just arithmetic or any type of processes that needs our CPU. So that's why we are terming them as must perform operations. Okay. The question may be coming like that. According to you, what are the must perform operations? I hope now you can write them. Okay. ये क्वेश्चन आप लोगों के लिए इम्पोर्टेंट है कि मस्ट परफॉर्म ऑपरेशंस क्या क्या है. सो आई होप यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू फॉरगेट दैट. यू कैन मेंशन दिस ऑपरेशंस. Register transfer notation. Identify a location by a symbolic name standing for its hardware binary addresses, like LOC. LOC stands for location, register 0, like that. Contents of a locations are denoted by placing square brackets around the name of the location. ठीक है, कैसे हम कर रहे हैं? जैसे कि ये R1 पे क्या ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं, वो डेटा हम ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं जो लोकेशन LOC में है. तो LOC इज नाउ अंडर ब्रैकेट. ये स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट हम लिख दिया. इसका मतलब क्या है? नाउ वी हैव सम कंटेंट्स हियर. आ रहे हैं ना समझ में? These are the notation that how you are going to use. Okay. Now similarly, suppose RT. RT में हम क्या कर रहे हैं? R1 plus R2. So we are first adding the contents of R1 and R2, and then we are transferring it to R3. Then RTN. This symbol is used for register transfer notation. Then assembly language notation. At the very beginning of our computer fundamental class, I told you about some translators like compiler, interpreter, assembler. I hope you can recall them. At that time, I told you that assembly language is there where we use mnemonic or some code-based language, right? Code-based notations. बताया था ना मैंने assembly language के बारे में आप लोगों को?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, good. So assembly language notations are used to represent this type of instructions and program like this one. Consider this. Move LOC. तो क्या कर रहे हैं हम एक्चुअली? LOC लोकेशन में जो डेटा है वो हम और जो भी है वो हम कहाँ ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं? R1 में. So for this assembly notation, we have this particular instruction, right? Similarly, यहाँ जो मैं न्यूमोनिक कोड यूज किया और सिंबॉलिक क्या बोलते हैं कोड बेस्ड लैंग्वेज यूज कर रहे हैं, तो ये कौन सा है? मूव. क्योंकि यू कैन सी दैट आई एम यूजिंग दिस टर्म MOVE. Similarly, we will use add, sub, like that, like this one, add R1, R2, R3. This means what? We are adding the contents of R1 and R2. We are transferring it to where? RT. Okay. So these are the assembly language notation. You will find many of them. These are the simple examples. In CPU organization, we have accumulator. Now, today I am giving you a simple task. You will tell me, to comment that why we use accumulator. Question समझ में आ गया सबको? Your question is why we use accumulator. Okay, you may write it down. You will answer this. Okay, other things I'll discuss in the next class. I hope that whatever the topics I discussed today now clear to you. Can I pause it here?
Yes, sir.
Okay.